Hey everyone, thanks for jumping here back again. Today we're going to be talking about big boy Bitcoin and we're going to be using the risk metric brought to us by Raven. If you guys like the content, please subscribe to the channel, leave the video a like and a comment as every bit of support helps us moving forward. So since we started this channel, the main idea that we talked about in almost every video was developing a risk adjustment indicator that helps us navigate the market so we can lower the risk. And that's when I developed my own risk model a while ago, which was inspired by Benjamin Cohen back then. Now, today, we're going to be showing another risk model developed by Raven Bitcoin. I'll leave a link to his channel, to his YouTube channel down below, in which he explains some stuff about this indicator. And in my opinion, this is probably the best model I've seen so far. So we're going to be exploiting it to see what's happening in our market and to see if it's a good time to buy or if we are due to another correction. If you want to use this model, you can definitely access it for free on TradingView. You'll find a link down below in the comments. And you'll also find a GitHub link so you can read the Python code if you are interested. Now, similar to other risk models, the idea behind this one is to estimate the risk of Bitcoin against the US dollar on a daily time frame, on a daily basis, and it's on the scale of 1. So 0 is of course the lowest risk and 1 is the highest risk, which means that the closer we get to 0, the safer Bitcoin is as an investment, and the closer we get to 1, the higher the risk is. And at that time, it's a better option to bail out and sell. Now, me and Raven follow the exact same strategy when investing with this indicator, which is gradually selling and also gradually buying. He explains right here how he does it, but briefly what he says is this. Right here is our y-axis. Let's say you want to sell your holdings, for example, in a bull market. A decent strategy would be to sell 1y here, 2y's up here when the risk is between 0.7 and 0.8, 3y's of your holdings when the risk is between 0.8 and 0.9, and the rest, which in this case is 4y's, right here when the risk is above 0.9, when things get heated. What do I mean by this? So just to clear things out, let's say you have 10 Bitcoins, hypothetically speaking, that you bought right here and you want to sell them. So according to this metric and to our strategy, you would be selling 1 right here, 2 right here when the risk is between 0.7 and 0.8, 3 Bitcoins here, which is 3y's when the risk is in this region, and the rest, which in this case is 4 Bitcoins when the risk goes into this region above 0.9. And the same applies to buying. If you have 10,000 US dollars that you want to invest in Bitcoin, for example, it would be great to slowly and gradually accumulate instead of buying all at once to avoid the exposure to high risk. Now, as you can see right here, historically speaking, whenever Bitcoin's risk to the US dollar goes above 9, it doesn't take us more than a week before seeing a massive pullback. And this is why it's better to jump off the train when we go as high as here, even if the price keeps going up. Whenever we go above 0.9 on the risk metric, it doesn't last. It's not sustainable, and that's why I usually prefer to sell the rest of my holdings, which is the vast majority of it, when we go above 0.9. Now, some of you have a higher risk tolerance, and for example, they want to buy and sell gradually when the risk is above 0.7 and below 0.3, and you can do that. You can ignore the 0.3 to 0.4 region while buying and the 0.6 to 0.7 while selling, but this can be risky at times because if we go back in history, if we go back in time to our peak in 2019, we can see right here that the risk to the US dollar went to 0.69, but it didn't go to 0.7. So those that have a more aggressive approach and those that sell when the risk goes above 0.7 would have got wrecked right here, and they would have waited another year and a half to see the prices above this level. If you want to follow this more aggressive approach and delete these bars on TradingView, you can simply go to the code on TradingView and delete these 2 fill lines, and it will work fine. Now you can also access this chart on Google Colab. One thing you have to note is that the price and the risk aren't updated. You'll probably find 58,000 US dollars and a risk of 0.42, but all you have to do is run this code manually and it will be updated. Now the price is at around 48,000 US dollars, give or take, and Bitcoin has a risk of 0.37, which according to our strategy means that now is a good time to accumulate and to jump in. Yeah, sure, the price can still drop lower. I mean, if you go back to history to 2019 or 2018, this happened. The risk goes to these low levels, but the price does another move to the downside, pushing us further down, and this is why it's better to gradually accumulate in these regions. It's true that now is a good buy opportunity, but this doesn't deny the fact that further corrections can happen. It's possible. Now this is basically the same chart as this one, but it shows the heat, I mean the risk through colors, and we clearly have a long way to go if we ever decide to continue this bull run, and extend into 2022. Now, we always say no model is perfect, but again, this helps you at least navigate the market so you don't just invest in Bitcoin blindly. And this model also shows why buying the dip is most of the time non-efficient, because if the price dips and goes down 30, 40, or even 50%, while the risk is still up here in this red area, and you jump in, then you will most likely get wrecked and probably see another massive crash wiping out your portfolio. So this was about it, guys. This model, of course, only works on Bitcoin. If you want to see this risk metric with other coins like ADA, Ethereum, Link, Dot, make sure to subscribe as we discuss their risk using my metric each week, using my private risk metric each week. Make sure to leave a thumbs up, join our Telegram down below, and peace.